What's good, Sheltron here. You can call me Shells, and I'm back again with a brand new video. And I'm gonna keep it a Bowberry Biscuit, man. Football is back. Let me say it one more time. Football is back, but even more importantly, Carolina Panthers football is back. And I know I'm not the only one who's excited to see what the Panthers can bring in our week 1 matchup against the New York Jets. Now, this is a matchup that I know that everybody, not just Panthers fans, not just Jets fans, but I'm talking about football fans around the world are looking forward to this 1 p.m. game in Charlotte, North Carolina. This might get even bigger ratings than the Bucks versus the Cowboys. Now, that game got kind of reckless, but this game against the Jets should get equally so in a different way. You see, for me, I think this game should be so far heavily favored for the Panthers that we get them out of there in the third quarter. Top of the video, this should be a dub for the Panthers. Now, keep in mind, there are some things in this matchup that should make it a little bit interesting at some point, but overall, between these two teams, and honestly between these two coaching staffs, I think the Panthers should have a very, I don't want to say easy, but a fine, smooth ride to a very convincing win. Now, there are some other details to look at. Not really things that will affect the game too heavily, but we do know this is a revenge game for Sam Darnold. The Jets are very, very familiar with both Sammy D and Robbie Anderson. Had them both on the squad. We took one away from them last year. Well, I guess 2 years ago now, I guess. And then we brought in Sam Darnold this past year. I guess we can call Robbie 1 year ago. Sam is a this year acquisition. The point I'm trying to make here is 2 of our most impactful players on offense, the Jets are very familiar with. But that doesn't really matter because the Jets defense is so bad. When I say bad, I really mean inexperienced. And when you're in the NFL, you really need to have that NFL experience unless you're a top-of-the-line college prospect. It's a lot of young players, a lot of guys who don't have any kind of experience, a lot of guys who don't really get in the games that often. So it's going to be a heavy task to handle DJ Moore, Robbie Anderson, you got Terrace Marshall, no more David Moore, but you still got to deal with CMC. And that boy, Christian McCaffrey, is well rested, okay? He did not play very much. I think he played, 3 games last year? This man is ready to go. This dude is ready to go. And if you believe there are very many, if not, I think there's only maybe 1 or 2 players on the Jets defense that can even be on the same screen, the same field, touch the same blades of grass as Christian McCaffrey. It ain't a whole lot of them. Let me tell it, he is the most electrifying and versatile talent in the NFL since primetime Deion Sanders. Quote me on that. There's always the thought about, what is the Panthers scheme? Is it going to be effective this year? Can we really trust the O-line? Look, I've been one of the biggest voices since before the draft, during the draft, after the draft. I have not been confident in our offensive line, especially left tackle, especially the interior part. Look, everything but Taylor Moton, I don't really got a lot of love for. I won't lie to you. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I don't have a lot of love for the other players as people, sure. As talents that need to protect my quarterback, I do not have confidence in them. Now, John Miller, I did kind of like him a little. I could rock with John Miller at right guard, but as you all know, COVID protocols is not going to be able to play in this game. We have Dennis Daly playing right guard. Now look, there was a few game stretch back, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 2 years ago, I think, when we thought that Dennis Daly could be a pretty damn good player. Then he got hurt consistently. And availability is the best ability. I do not know what I will get out of Dennis Daly. So we're going to find out a whole lot about Dennis Daly and the whole interior of the D-line because Quinnen Williams is coming. Quinnen Williams is one of maybe 3 players on the Jets defense that deserves to be on the field right now with us. And he is a monster. And he is probably one of the better, I don't want to say the best interior D lineman in the game, but he is definitely one of in the upper echelon. Maybe not elite tier, but he's definitely in the tier right below that. This guy is a destructive force in the interior, and our interior O-line wasn't very great to start off with. So Quinnen Williams is going to be, we got to stop that man. We really got to stop that man because he is the focus. he definitely needs to focus for the whole, I would say, front seven, including CJ Mosley, who I know historically has had a very good career so far. Dude's been good for several years in a row, but in 2019, he only played like 3 games, got a groin injury, was put on IR, opted out of 2020, so we haven't seen him for like 2 years. So we don't know exactly what kind of CJ Mosley we're going to be seeing across the field from us. So when you put those two things together, you have someone on the inside who's very strong. You have someone who's playing linebacker who, I mean, hey, he has been good when he's been available. Has not been available in recent times. I feel like we should have a good enough time where we can focus our attention in very specific areas and get the ball out and have some very explosive offense to really just victimize this Jets defense. I think Sam Darnold is going to look very, very good in this game where we are only favored by 4 points. And you know, home field advantage is 3 points. So Vegas ain't really showing us a lot of love here against the Jets. They're saying we're really an evenly matched team, to be real with you, but I do not believe that. This is going to be a game where we're going to have to see how Sam Darnold looks under duress. And until we get John Miller back and until we see these guys prove they are consistently good protectors of their quarterback, the commander-in-chief, it's going to be, the scheme is going to look like what we saw in the preseason. The scheme's going to look like what we saw later in the year last year, where it's a lot of quick throws. I know that Joe Brady is looking for a new job. I think we all understand Joe Brady is not trying to be the offensive coordinator for the Panthers for a long period of time. This is an audition year. This is him filling his resume to become a head coach. So he wants to limit test. He wants to push the ball down the field. He wants to score points. And even if the team doesn't actually win a lot of these games, Joe Brady just wants to prove that his offense works. Now, we can talk scheme versus what's available with the kind of pressure that's coming in a lot of time. A lot of the time, when the O-line just does not have good protection, you have to get the ball out quickly. And so it's a lot of short throws, a lot of slants, a lot of flares in the backfield. You don't have time to push the ball downfield, get into these 5-7 step drops. But we'll see what Joe Brady can actually cook up, because this should be a pretty decent matchup for Sam Darnold and these guys in the secondary. We just outmatched them, right? There's no one on the team who can really D up on Christian McCaffrey going on a route. But I will say the one dude to look out for is Marcus Maye, 6 foot free safety. Look, he ain't the greatest in the world, but he's someone you have to respect. Each of the 4 years he's been in the league, he has got an interception. 2 this past year. I'm pretty sure he had 2 in his rookie year as well. And he gets to the ball too. 88 tackles this past season, 65 tackles 2 years ago. So this man is not like he's one of these guys who is unwilling to tackle, like he's unwilling to go to the ball. Now, sometimes when you see free safeties with tackle numbers like that, it's mostly because players in the front 7 are missing tackles and whatnot. And we saw that firsthand a couple years ago when we had Eric Reid and he was going crazy with his tackle numbers. Those were mostly because we couldn't securely tackle at the point of attack. But this season we most definitely can, because our defense is immaculate. I'm talking about it's immaculate. All 3 levels of the defense have some dogs on them. Brian Burns, Derek Brown, Daquan Jones won the starting spot. I really thought it was going to be Bravion Roy, but I think Daquan Jones has a better job of getting to the quarterback with interior pressure on passing downs. So we'll see. Honestly, we'll see how that works out. It'll probably be a Daquan Jones starts thing, but we'll probably see between him and Bravion Roy, their snap count probably won't be too wildly different. Looking forward to this kind of stuff. And our linebacker core is crazy. I want to see how JC looks. Now, I had questions about whether JC could play middle linebacker. I think this was 2 off seasons ago, when the idea first got brought up, but I'm ready to see it, bro. I actually am ready to see JC in this new role and how well he can cover. I have no problem with him tackling. I think he has a good vision. I think he can get to the hole quickly enough. I want to see how he looks in coverage. That's what's going to be the real litmus test for him, for me. But you talk about, you got Shaq Thompson and Hassan Reddick. I remember telling y'all, bro, Hassan Reddick gonna play outside linebacker. He was not used in the right way with the Cardinals for his first several years. And when he played DE, they were in a 3-4. I knew the whole time Hassan Reddick was gonna be standing up for the Panthers. I don't know what happened to YGM. I'll say it right now. I do not know what happened to YGM. I hope he gets on the field a lot more. We got Morgan Fox. Don't dislike him at all. But when you have a second round pick, I got to see him on the field. I just got to see YGM on the field some more. That may be sort of like the Bravion Roy, Daquan Jones situation there. We actually factually have some demons. And that's before you even get to the players in the secondary. Now look, I can't talk about our secondary without first talking about the Jets receivers. I won't lie to you. I have little to no respect for any of these dudes on the Jets offense. They have Jamison Crowder, who's in COVID protocol. He may or may not play. He's vaccinated. So, he has to have, 2 negative tests in a 48-hour period, but 24 hours apart. I think that's how it works. He may or may not be able to play on Sunday, but after that, it's Corey Davis. And look, I don't dislike Corey Davis, but he's really a feast or famine kind of receiver. He had 6 games where he had less than 50 yards last year, and then he had 5 games of 100 yards plus. This dude can either go off on you or, he can disappear and you just won't see him. When you got dudes like Jeremy Chinn, J.C. Horn, a new and improved Dante Jackson, who said before this season that the biggest thing that helped him grow was that he started to listen more. I think he has the mental part down now, and I think we have 3/4 of an, I don't want to say it's like a top. If I say elite, I'm talking like top 3, top 4, top 5 in the entire league. I don't think we have an elite secondary, but Jeremy Chinn is the real deal. J.C. Horn gonna be the real deal. Dante Jackson is gonna be the real deal. And I got a lot of love for Juston Burris. I thought Juston Burris would be off the team. I thought he'd get cut. Not because he was bad, but because he was getting paid so much money. I got a lot of love for Juston Burris, man. Juston Burris is actually the truth. I have a lot of respect for him playing at strong safety. I did not believe he was the reason why we lost any of our games last year. And there was plenty of blame to go around. One dude in particular got a lot of the blame, and one dude in particular I gave a lot of the blame. I think a guy like Juston Burris came through, didn't really have a ton of experience starting right there, and the dude was going crazy. So I think we have a very, very, very good secondary that can at least handle the Jets. They can handle the Jets receivers, and I know what it is, bro. I left this out. I left it for last. Look, they got Zach Wilson, okay? The Jets got Zach Wilson. And he actually have some pretty decent protection. You have Mekhi Becton. You have Greg Van Roten. Who else they got? They got guys like, Elijah Vera Tucker. I mean, they have two dudes in Mekhi Becton and Elijah Vera Tucker. Guys in back-to-back years I really wanted to pick up in the draft. I was like, look, bro, I wouldn't be too mad if we ended up with Mekhi Becton or Elijah Vera Tucker. Won't lie to you, both good players. They also have Connor McGovern, who's playing their center, and then George Fant from, I think, Seattle, playing right tackle. They have a pretty decent looking protection system for Zach Wilson. Only problem is he don't got no tight ends. Only problem is I'm pretty sure they got Tevin Coleman in the backfield. He don't got no weapons nowhere. So it's gonna be Zach Wilson looking on left, looking right, looking to the silent coach. Coach, who do I throw? Wait, he ain't getting open. He not getting open. Now he open, but he ain't gonna catch the ball. He ain't gonna catch the ball, coach. Who is this? Come on, man. I'm playing New York for this. Come on. We should make Zach Wilson look like an absolute bust in their first game of the 2021 season. Anything less than that is a disappointment. There is no reason why Zach Wilson should go off. He should not get off on this Panthers defense at all. At all. And I think Phil Snow has gotten another year under his belt. The dude's been in the league for a long time now. I had a lot of faith in Phil Snow last year from the very beginning. Love what he did last year. His adjustments at halftime were great in almost every single game against high-octane, high-powered offenses. Phil Snow, as our DC, has been great. And I think he'll only get better with another year in the system here, man. And honestly, when you think about how the Jets are going to a 4-3 this year for the very first time, a lot of inexperienced players on the team, we're in a prime position. We're in a prime spot to start this season off right. I don't know what the over-under is. I'm going to say 31-17. I'm going to say 31-17 Panthers. And the score isn't really that close. It's the Jets scoring very, very late when we're already up big. I'm saying 31-17 Panthers at home. Sam Darnold goes off. Our defense goes offer. 2 sacks for Brian. Jeremy Chinn gets a pick. 2 touchdowns for CMC. Sam throws for 3. I think Sam throws a pick too. I think Sam throws a pick, but I think he also throws 3 tuds. That's how I feel about it, man. What are your thoughts? 31-17 for the Panthers. Let me know all your thoughts in the comments below. And you already know to do with that like button.
Cheers to you, appreciate the chance. Been told y'all I been the man. Been told y'all I had the gift. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Real ones gonna recommend. Count this as another win.